How to get my 1-year-old to talk. If you're wondering why your 12-month-old or your 1-year-old isn't saying any words yet, you're in the right place. I'm Melissa. I'm a speech language pathologist. I am a mom of 3 myself, and I'm the founder of Raising Little Talkers, and I'm so excited to help you better support your 1-year-old in learning to talk more. So make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss more videos like this one. Let's first talk about what is expected. A 1-year-old is typically using between 1 to 5 words. However, even though the first word at 12 months is a milestone that we all look out for, we typically hear those first words anywhere between 10 and 14 months. So if your 12-month-old is not saying any words, don't freak out, okay? It doesn't mean that there's necessarily something serious going on or anything like that, because what I'm about to teach you today are about these pre-linguistic or foundational language skills that actually develop before those first words. So we want to make sure that these are developing nicely before we worry about our child not speaking yet. So these foundational skills include using gestures, joint attention, receptive language, or what we understand, and imitation, okay? So we want to make sure our babies are developing in these areas, and that will support their first words in the future. So let's break down these areas. First, we have gestures. Parents, we want to make sure that we are supporting our little ones' gesture development because babies have an easier time accessing their gross motor skills before they can talk or use speech, which is a fine motor skill. So, for example, a child will push away a food item or turn their head away before they will say the words no or stop, okay? So those gestures develop first. And some other gestures you might see are your child raising their arms to be picked up, holding out their hand because they want something, maybe waving high and by, maybe pointing to something that they want that's out of reach, or to bring your attention to it. So if you yourself aren't using that many gestures around your child, then your child is less likely to use gestures. So make sure that you add in more gestures into your interactions with your child so you can help them develop that skill. We know from research that a child who has a wider range of gestures that they use is going to have higher language skills later in life. So in fact, we look for 16 gestures by 16 months of age. The next skill is joint attention, and this is when a child and another person share attention on one thing at the same time. And this includes your child's ability to get your attention and show you what they're interested in, and your child's ability to shift their attention to see what you are showing interest in. And they could show you something by looking back and forth between you and an object, holding something out to show you, or using their pointing gesture to draw attention somewhere. They could follow along by watching your eye gaze and thinking, what are you looking at? Oh, I should look too. Or have their attention grabbed by you by seeing you point to something and then following along. So joint attention is one of the best times for a baby to learn the meanings of words. So make sure when you have your child's attention in that way and your child's showing interest in something that you are modeling words for them. The next skill is receptive language, and this is what words your child understands. And this is actually a requirement for a baby to start using a word purposefully to communicate. If your child doesn't know the meaning of a word, they certainly won't be able to use that word functionally to request that item or to comment about it. And how do you know if your 1-year-old understands words if they don't talk yet? Well, when you mention something, they will have a reaction. They will perk up. So for example, when you say, "Do you want milk?" They may get excited. They may pull at your shirt. They may sign milk if you had taught them that sign. If you say, "Oh, Daddy's home," they will look for Daddy. They will look toward the door. They maybe will crawl over to the window to see his car pull in. They can follow simple directions too, like, "Go get your ball," or "Come here," or "Sit down," and you can help develop this skill by naming items, people, and activities in your environment frequently and talking about what you and your child are doing throughout the day. By doing this, you are helping them learn the meanings of words. The next skill is imitation. Babies learn most everything through imitation. They watch and listen and then try themselves and practice over and over and over again until they master that skill, and talking is no different. The more a child imitates sounds and words, the more practice they get saying them, which prepares them for using those words independently down the line. Some ideas to grow pre-language skills or these foundational skills are playing social games like peekaboo, singing songs that include gestures like Wheels on the Bus and Itsy Bitsy Spider, reading books, and following your child's lead, so showing interest in what they are interested in, and modeling language during those times. If you want to learn how to grow these skills, sign up for my free class for parents of babies and toddlers under the age of 3. The link is in the description below, and I share some excellent speech therapy tips that you can apply right away to get your little one talking as soon as possible. See you next time.